Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you 4 different crafts that you can make using toilet paper tubes that you can find at your house. And if you don't have toilet paper tubes, you could take a paper towel tube and cut that in half and it would work just as well. So the first one we're going to be making is this little guy, and he is a Minion from all of the Minion movies. Now to make him, you're going to need your toilet paper tube, you're going to need googly eyes, and if you don't have googly eyes, you could use stickers that look like eyes, or you could just draw them on. You're going to need a skinny black marker, a thicker black marker, and then you're going to need yellow construction paper and blue construction paper to cover your Minion. Now the other thing you can do is you can use paint, and you can paint your toilet paper tubes, which we're going to be using these in a little bit for another craft. So you could always paint them yellow and blue, but I'm going to be showing you how to do it with construction paper. And you're also going to need tape, a pair of scissors, a pencil, and a bottle of glue. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cover the entire tube with yellow paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up one edge of my toilet paper tube with the yellow paper. So I have it lined up, and then if you can see, I have some excess paper towards the end. So I'm going to use my pencil and I'm going to make a mark so I know I don't need that paper. And I'm going to trim that paper with my scissors and cut off that extra paper. So now I have my yellow paper ready to go, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down my toilet paper tube, and I'm going to start to wrap it in the yellow paper, and then I'm going to tape the yellow paper to the cardboard tube. So now I have my paper attached to the tube, and then I'm going to keep rolling it until my entire tube is covered. And then once I have the whole tube covered, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut off any of the extra paper, and then I'm going to tape the paper down to the tube. So now my toilet paper tube is covered and ready to go, and I'm going to grab my blue paper, but this time I'm going to line it up halfway down so that I can make the bottom part of the Minion, his little outfit that he wears. And again, I'm going to draw a line and then use my scissors and cut off any of the extra paper that I don't need. So now I have my blue piece ready, and I'm going to do the same thing I did earlier. I'm going to start by taping my blue piece to my cardboard tube, and I'm going to tape it in the same spot. I'm going to want to make sure all my tape lines up so that the part that is taped becomes the back of my Minion. So I'm going to tape that blue piece down to my tube, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap it, cut off any extra, and then tape it down. So now I have my toilet paper tube covered and ready to go, and I'm going to take my skinny black marker and I'm going to draw a band all the way around, about a quarter of the way down on the yellow, to make the outline for the goggles that the Minions wear. So now I drew the band on, and I'm going to take that thicker black marker and I'm going to color it in. If you don't have a thicker black marker, you could always use your thinner black marker, but the thicker black marker is going to color it in much quicker. So now that is ready to go, and then I'm going to use my black marker that is thinner, and I'm going to add a smile to my Minion. Now, you can do all sorts of expressions. If you've ever seen the Minion movie, each of them have their own personalities, their own characteristics, so you can go ahead, you can just draw a smiley face, you can draw a surprised face, you could draw whatever kind of face. So this one, he had kind of a crooked smiley face, and I think this guy is going to have a big happy face. And you're going to want to make sure that you're not drawing it where the tape is. You're going to want to draw it on the other side so that you can hide the tape when you put your Minion out for decoration or in your room or wherever you're putting it. So I've got his smile ready to go, and then I'm also going to give him some hair. And once again, all the Minions have different hair, so you can give him whatever hairstyle you would like. So I just gave him 3 little pieces of hair. And now the last thing you're going to do is you're going to add on your googly eyes or your eye stickers, or you're going to draw on your eyes. Now again, Minions, some of them have 1 eye, some of them have 2. So this guy, I gave him 1 big eye, but then this friend, I'm going to give 2 smaller eyes. So I'm going to grab 2 of my smaller googly eyes. I'm going to glue them on right on top of that black band. I'm going to take my bottle of glue and just put 2 little dots. And so then he's ready to go. And again, you can leave him like this, or if you want, I'm going to draw a little pocket on his little outfit, or you can decorate his outfit however you would like. And then that is how you make a Minion. So have fun with it, get creative, give him 1 eyeball, 2 eyeballs, different hair, different expressions, whether it's a smile, a surprise face, maybe he's an angry Minion. However you want to make it. You can even make more than 1, or you can have a whole bunch of Minions with different personalities, and then take a picture and share it with us. So that is our Minion craft, and next we are going to make our butterflies. So the next craft we're going to be making is our butterfly. So for this one, you're going to need construction paper in 2 different colors. You're going to need half of a pipe cleaner, a skinny black marker, some googly eyes, but once again, you could also use some stickers that look like eyes, or you could just draw the eyes on. Of course, you're going to need your toilet paper tube. You're going to need a pair of scissors, some tape, a pencil, and some glue, and then you're going to need stuff to decorate the wings of your butterfly, so you could just get markers or crayons in different colors. I have some glitter glue I'm going to use, so you can use glitter glue, or if you have sequins or pom-poms, whatever you have and you would like to use, you can use to decorate the wings of your butterfly. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start by covering up our tube. So just like before, we're going to lay our tube down at the edge of the paper, and we'll use our pencil to draw a line, and then we're going to trim off any of the extra paper. And then just like we did before, we're going to tape one edge of the paper to our tube. So I have it taped, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cover the whole tube in paper, and then I'm going to trim off any excess paper. Then I'm going to tape it down to my tube. So now my tube is covered, and now I'm going to make the antennas. So I'm going to take my pipe cleaner, I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to open them slightly so it makes the letter V, and then I'm going to curl either side of the antenna. So now I have my little antennas, and then I'm going to tape them inside of my tube to the front of the tube. So if you look, I put the tape in the back, so I'm going to turn it around, and then I'm going to tape them to the front of the tube so my butterfly has antennas. And you're going to tape it inside of the tube. So now I have my antennas, and now I'm going to add a face. So I'm going to add 2 drops of glue and put 2 googly eyes on, or you could draw your eyes on or use stickers. So I have my little eyes on, and now I'm going to add a smile with my marker. And then I'm going to stick this off to the side. Now I'm going to take my other piece of construction paper and I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to draw a butterfly wing shape along the folded edge. So I folded it, and this is the side where it's folded. And I'm going to draw the outline of a butterfly wing. So I have my outline of my butterfly wing, and I'm just going to hold up my tube and make sure that it's not too big. And I'm looking, mine's just a little bit too big, so I'm going to adjust the size slightly. And then I'm going to cut out the wings. And then I'm going to open up my wings, and you'll see that they'll be the same on either side. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue right along the middle of the wings, and then I'm going to stick the back of the butterfly to the wings, so it'll look just like this. So the back of the butterfly is going to be where the tape is. And then I'm going to leave my butterfly flat to dry, and I'm going to grab my glitter glue and I'm going to add some polka dots to the wings to decorate the wings. But again, you can decorate the wings however you would like. And then that's how you make a butterfly. So I'm going to leave my butterfly flat on the table so that I can let it dry. And then you have your butterfly craft. Now it's time to make one of my favorite characters from Toy Story, Forkey. So to make our Forkey craft, you of course need your toilet paper tube. You're going to need a skinny black marker, blue marker, and red marker. If you're using googly eyes, you're going to want one larger googly eye and one smaller googly eye, or you can draw the eyes on or use stickers. You're going to need 2 pipe cleaners. Now if you want the arms to be the same color as Forkey, I would grab red pipe cleaners, but I don't have any red, so he's going to have pink arms today. And then you're going to need white paper and brown paper. You're going to need tape, a pencil, scissors, and some glue. So the first thing we're going to do is cover our toilet paper tube, but we're only going to cover it about 3/4 of the way this time. So when you line it up with your paper, I'm going to leave it so that there's about 3/4 of the way down open so that not the entire tube is covered in the paper. And once again, I'm going to draw a little line so I know where to cut the paper. And then I'm going to go ahead and cover my tube the same way I've covered my Minion tube and my butterfly tube. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the feet to Forkey. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut out a small square from your brown paper. And then you're going to fold it in half. And then you're going to cut what's kind of like the shape of a door. So it's going to be a half of a skinny oval. And so now I have his 2 feet. And now I'm going to take it and I'm going to tape them to the inside of the tube at the bottom and the front of the tube. So just like with our other crafts, the back is going to be where the tape is. So in the front, you're going to stick them inside and you're going to tape them to the inside. And then you're going to gently fold them forward so they're nice and flat like feet. And so now he has his feet. Now it's time to give him a face. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my skinny black marker and I'm going to draw on his hair, which is like the top of a spork. So it's a couple little spikes right at the top. So his hair will look just like this. And then I'm going to use my red marker and I'm going to draw a line underneath the hair to be his eyebrows. So now he has his eyebrow, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue on those 2 eyes, and they're going to be a little bit crooked. They're not going to be perfectly placed because if you remember Forkey from Toy Story, his eyes are a little bit silly. So now he has his eyes, and now I'm going to give him a big smile. I'm going to use my blue marker to do that. So now he has his face, and the last thing he needs is his arms. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take one of the pipe cleaners and you're going to wrap it in the front. And then you're going to bring it to the back and you're going to twist it a few times to secure it. So I have it nice and secure, and then I'm going to carefully take my scissors. I'm going to just trim off the ends. You might need an adult to help you with this, as it can be kind of hard to cut through pipe cleaners, but you're just going to gently cut off the ends. And then the last thing he needs is his arm. So you're going to take your other pipe cleaner and you're going to bend it at the end to make some fingers. So you're going to do like 3 little peaks at the end, and that'll be like his fingers from his hand. So now he has his hands, and then you're going to tape it to the back of your toilet paper tube. And then that is how you make your Forkey craft. So we have our Minion, our butterfly, and Forkey, and now the last thing I want to show you is how you can use toilet paper tubes to make a fun game that you can play at home. So for our last craft today, I'm going to show you how you can use toilet paper tubes to set up your own tabletop bowling. So I have 10 toilet paper tubes here, so I'm going to set up 10 of them. However, if you only have 5, you can also do it with 5. You can do it with however many you have. If you have more than 10 and you want to make a super big bowling game, go right ahead. So what you're going to do is either cover your toilet paper tubes in construction paper, or what I decided to do with these was I decided to paint them. So I just grabbed some paint and I painted each of these all different colors. So then I let them dry, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to write the numbers 1 through 10 on the tube. So this one will get 1, the next one will get 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on until all of my tubes have their own number. So I just have a thick black marker to do this. So now I have my tubes numbered 1 through 10, and I'm going to show you how you would set them up like you would set up bowling pins. So I'm going to take my first one and put it in the front, and then my second and third one are going to go right behind it, and then I'm going to do my fourth one, my fifth one goes in the middle, and then my sixth one goes on the end, so I'm making a pyramid with them, and then my last row will be all 4 in the back. So it'll look just like this. So I'll have my first one right in front, and then I have my second and third, so I have a row of 1, of 2, of 3, and of 4, and then that's how you would set it up. So you can set it up on your table, and then you can just grab a small ball and roll it and see how many pins you can knock down. You can just keep track of how many pins you knock down, or you can use the numbers on the bowling pins and you can keep track of points. So if you knock down the pin that has the number 3, you would get 3 points. So you could do it either way, and then it's a fun game that you can play inside on your tabletop with your family and have so much fun. I hope you had fun making all of these different crafts. I can't wait to see the crafts that you make, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!